Hi again, everybody. Alright, what we're going to do in this little video today, since I apparently have to do this now from regular basis from now on out, and it's a really simple thing to do, so I figured I'd do kind of a how-to on it for, I mean, anybody can do this. That's all it literally takes. Is one fairly average, normal Phillips screwdriver. That's all it takes to do this job. So this is called an ion chill. I don't know if any other brand is made close enough like this one that the precise method I'm using will work on them. And this is not product placement. The only reason I have this brand is it was the cheapest one they had. Literally, that's it. They're all junk, made in China. They're all cheaply built. Therefore, why spend more on something you know is cheaply built? So, I can't guarantee this would work on any other model in the world. I have another one. It had a different problem. So, it just decided to quit making ice. Motors ran and lights flashed, but no ice formed. Now here is the whole key to the problem. Oh, to clarify, the problem that I'm working on is it's got an out of water error. And what I mean by an out of water error is it thinks that it has no water. Now the reason that is this little electrode I'm unscrewing right now gets dirty. And I don't think I can even show you because the piece is too small. It's a tiny, tiny little electrode, and it's just a cheap piece of wire on one side, and it gets rusty, and then there's another one on the other side that does the same thing. To get to it, you have to undo this piece. That electrode that you say, well, didn't I just get it? Yes and no. I did get it, but I didn't get all of it. Because there's a screw, and then there's the wire with the screw. So now that I have this piece off, I don't know that I had to take that piece off, but I did have to take this piece off. Let me see here if I can get it. Where's that? I've had this off here before, and now I don't remember how I did it. Maybe I fucked that up. I said all you needed was that screwdriver. You might also, hang on a second here. Might need another screwdriver. But yeah, I think that's what it is. You just kind of got to ooch under here. That's it. You don't have to take that screw out. In fact, so I don't get confused. Too many screws. I'll put that one back in now because it's not necessary to mess with. The sensor is only on the one side. So I take this piece and pick it up part way. I do have to kind of move it out from under that brace, which is a little annoying. It isn't easy to do. But you don't have to take this out very far. It comes out with a little bit of jiggling. And if you look at how long I've been fooling with it, it's just about all the more time it takes to fix the thing. Just that long, really. Alright, so now that I have this apart, I back out this screw here. Now when I back this screw out, what I'm going to do, and I don't mix up, I don't think it terribly matters except the length of the wires. The white one's on the one side and the green one's on the other. And what I'm going to do, once I take this out of here, remember I just had that little piece of wire here. I'm going to take both of these two items, hopefully not drop them down inside the machine, because then I'd be having to find another screw. So I take these two items like this, And boy, I sure hope I didn't get rid of my... Well, if I did, I'll go get some other acid. But in fact, I think I can just get away with that this one time here. I was going to tell you, just get some, I don't want that plastic on. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to tell you, just get some lemon juice. But I think I'm all out of lemon juice. But I do have a little bit of sulfuric acid. Now, I wouldn't normally say use sulfuric acid. Okay, I diluted just a few drops of sulfuric acid, and as soon as I put that in, I don't know if it's visible on the camera or not, but this is bubbling, and that's because of the fact that there's calcium and iron deposits building up on the contacts from the hard water. If you had soft water, in theory, this wouldn't happen. I say in theory. Alright. Yeah, I was going to use lemon juice, but I think I've used all the lemon juice up and I have to go get more from the store. One thing about it, it takes the rust off my screwdriver real good. Take everything off the screwdriver if you leave it in there too long. Clean that aluminum sulfate up out of there, because that's potentially not going to be any benefit to anybody. I know, I'm not working on the project, but one thing about it, you're seeing this done in real time. So what the point is this does not take very long. Now I'm going to go ahead and drain the acid out of here, because those are pretty much clean for all practical purposes. And I spilled them in there. Done it, my figure. Now those will rust. Anyhow, so when I'm not in the process of dropping these things, so now that I have cleaned them, they should go back to their normal level of conductivity, and then that should allow them to work at their normal level of resistance. The whole thing is, the reason that it works the way it does is because of the fact that there's a certain amount of conductivity in the metal, there's a certain amount of conductivity in the water, and there's a certain amount of conductivity in the hardness, aka the rust and the lime scale. And once the rust and lime scale build up too much, it throws the sensor off, and the sensor thinks there's no water, because the conductivity isn't within parameters. Now I don't know the conductivity of rust or calcium, And I don't know the specific conductivity of these electrodes either. But I know that one adversely affects the other. Therefore, I have to make certain that when they get all messed up like that, that I go through this process of descaling it so that it goes back to its normal parameters. Its as new tested parameters. Now, before I go and grab that other piece and bring it over here and accidentally drop it in something, I want to go ahead and get this piece assembled in place so that I don't accidentally drop it in somewhere I can't retrieve it from. That's the whole point of leaving it over there until the other parts are here. Alright. Now, this piece goes in that little tiny hole, sits over that hole, then you screw the wire in with it. I don't know that it really matters if the wire's on top or if it's, well, we'll just say is I don't know that it matters which of the wires is on top at this point, but I find it easier this way. And as far as the depth of the screw into the plastic container, it makes no difference that way at all. So, and it will actually work with the lid off because of the fact that this wiring harness is completely independent of the so you see the little thing turns on. I don't know. Oh, it's not in the camera range. Well, I just about missed the whole job, didn't I? Sorry about that. Anyhow, so I hit that. Now, should be water flow in the front of this. And this gives you a chance to see what this thing looks like when it's in its normal operation. See the water, don't touch that and knock the snot out of you. The water is flowing across those two screws right there. And as it comes flowing out of there, the little motor is sensing if there's a circuit or not. If there's a circuit, it says, okay, we've got water, we'll run. And now I'm not going to keep running it because we know it works. It hasn't said, oh, we don't have water, or it would turn itself off and that red light would flash. So we're just going to unplug it. We're good. Everything's in. Unfortunately, you can. The reason I'm not going to go downstairs with this tipped up is because I don't want to spill water all over myself. Although I do want to get a bug out of there. There is, unfortunately, one thing. Bugs get in these things and other items. Is that a bug or is that a chunk of hard water? I can't tell what that is. Doesn't look like a bug. Looks like just a piece of flying debris or another. Anyhow, so that's it. I wanted to make that simple video. All you have to do then is when you've tested it and it's happy that it doesn't have an error code, which the nearest thing it has to an error code is the little light turns red and it stops working, and then to restart it you always have to unplug it to reset it because it doesn't have any other reset manner. And if it's still not happy, in a matter of seconds it'll tell you that it thinks there's no water. It'll throw you the error code, red light, and until you clean it, it's going to give you that same error code. This thing right now, it has an error about it, that error is that this sensor doesn't work. But, believe it or not, I like it that way. And the reason I like it that way is it'll run its little heart out. Otherwise, it'll get over there, it'll get just a little bit of stuff in there and it'll stop flowing, and then you're like, you come back there and all the ice is melted, and you're like, okay, there's no ice. Until it decides to change its mind. And there are handles that go on these. I intentionally don't have the handle on this one because it just takes up space. Anyhow, so I fixed that, and that's all there is to it. It's literally is all there was to it.